We operate in a connected world with global supply chains. Whether produce or beef from South America, a skincare product from Asia, or coffee grown in Africa or Europe, the world has learned to make and move products with speed and efficiency. Hi, I'm Roger Hancock, CEO of Recall InfoLink, a company I founded in 2007 after more than 15 years with a major US retailer, where I experienced the complexity and headaches of product recalls firsthand. At Recall InfoLink, we passionately protect supply chains by building recall-ready communities. These communities help companies ensure they have all the capabilities needed to process recalls and protect brands, businesses, and consumers when the need arises. Companies have invested billions and people their entire careers in perfecting the supply chain that delivers high-quality products to consumers around the world. We've also experienced the challenge of this connected world when disruptors, like COVID-19, spreads quickly and turns into a global pandemic. When the unexpected occurs, we have the responsibility to be ready and be responsive.
Hi, I'm Jim Flannery. I recently began working with Roger and the Recall InfoLink team after 36 years with Procter & Gamble and then another 6 years with the U.S. Grocery Manufacturers Association. In all that time, one thing is crystal clear. The foundation of a brand's relationship with the consumer is based on trust. Trust that the product is safe and trust that the product is going to perform as promised. Our industry has spent countless hours and resources ensuring that quality and safety are built into each and every product. In the end, consumers trust our brands and our stores because we deliver on the promise of both quality and safety. But every once in a while, something goes wrong. Foreign material can get in the product as it's produced. A pathogen can invade the product, or an allergen can be inadvertently undeclared on the label. The good news is that this every once in a while really is every once in a while. The bottom line is a typical company has to deal with only a recall once every 3 years or even less frequently. At the other end of the supply chain, retailers and wholesalers have to deal with most, if not many, of these recalls across their thousands of suppliers. On average, a retailer has to deal with a recall twice per week. Because manufacturers have recall events so infrequently, there are often inconsistent processes, complex communication, and on occasion, missing or inaccurate information.
As the clock ticks, brand value starts to erode and the cost of recovery starts to climb. All the work to get product to market now has to be undone with equal levels of efficiency and performance. My name is Manna Morales and I'm part of the Recall InfoLink team. Research indicates that the average recall costs a business $10 million. If that's not staggering enough, there's a correlation between the speed of a recall and its total cost, which is compounded by the lost trust with consumers.
At Recall InfoLink, we're committed to creating recall-ready communities. There are 3 simple parts to our solution that help companies be ready and be responsive. First, our processes enable companies to practice product recalls, so when you do have to execute an event, it's not managed in a crisis mode. Secondly, our capabilities ensure clear, consistent, accurate, and fast information from the product recall initiator to the distributor down to the point of sale. And finally, our technology leverages GS1 Global Open Standards.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Weinand, part of the Recall InfoLink team in Europe. Let's start with the need to be ready. It takes practice to do anything well, not to mention something you seldom, if ever, do. Practice makes even the rare or infrequent event feel not so awkward and unknown. Companies do not wait for a building to be on fire before running a fire drill. A product recall threatens greater losses to business value, brand image, and consumer confidence than almost any other business event. In addition, regulatory agencies increasingly look for verifiable recall plans as part of a company's crisis management preparation. Both of these business realities say that practicing a recall makes perfect sense. Regular practice with 2 mock recalls a year turns the crisis response into a normal, repeatable business process that works consistently.
Once ready, a company also has to ensure responsiveness when it's time to act. Once the decision has been made, urgent action can begin with specific attention to accurate information communicated quickly. Technologies, GS1 standards, and best practices can be leveraged to ensure accurate information is communicated and to provide confirmation that the recall notification was received and specified action has been taken.
Creating a recall-ready community means your company and supply chain can react when a problem hits, and do so in a clear, accurate, timely, and universal way. Practice helps you be ready. A system that takes your information and displays it to who needs to know it in the way that they need to see it ensures that you are responsive. Want to learn more? You can contact us with an email at info@recallinfolink.com.